for attending the launch of Play for Life. So my name is Ben Parkhouse. I'm the Deputy Managing Director of Microscooters. Over the last 10 to 15 years, we've helped to revolutionise the market for going to school, and we've been, I think, really instrumental and influential in getting children out of cars and onto scooters and using a great way of going to school. From our point of view now, we want to change the way we think about toddler development. So children 5 and under are being requested to do about 3 hours of physical play a day. I know I've got a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old, and the idea of doing 3 hours of physical play is pretty tough. So our Play for Life campaign has been devised to give practical advice on how to make those minutes count and how to get young children moving to give them the best opportunity to grow and develop into healthy and active individuals.
Between 10% of boys and 9% of girls are starting primary school obese, and actually the study suggests that that's actually getting worse as school age increases. So there's a fundamental issue there, and exercise is one of the things that is likely to help with our children as they grow older. So what have the government got to say about this? What are their recommendations? Children of a preschool age should be walking, as Ben said, about 180 minutes or 180 minutes worth of activity in a day. But of course the 180 minutes is a challenge for some people, so we want to give you some ideas about how you might be able to make best use of what time you've got available. So I want to introduce the concept of deliberate play. As I say, it's been around abroad for a little while, and effectively the theory is that children start to play with meaningful and deliberate games. So it's about giving the children the best opportunity to grow and develop into healthy and active individuals, which fundamentally is what we all want, of course.
Hi, my name is Mike Grice and I work with Bright Spark. We are experts in human movement and we also look at child development. There are key markers in a child's physical development, and at around 12 months they're gaining the motor skills to be able to take their first steps. They should be showing sufficient strength and balance to be able to move and then put one foot in front of the other. The key here is to use the right microscooters product for the child's individual developmental stage. So every child develops motor skills at different rates, and if they aren't ready and we move them on too quickly, this can really affect their confidence. So we have to wait until they've mastered the skills required for one product and then move them on to new challenges when that child feels ready.
You're listening to RNIB Connect Radio. In May of 2019, Health Secretary Matt Hancock called for help to deliver the government's promise to halve childhood obesity over the next 10 years. As a response to the government challenge, Microscooters undertook research with a team of experts. Today they released the findings from the Play for Life report. What are the findings? Well, Martin Haynes, who's a biomechanics coach and a chartered physiotherapist, has been looking at the results for us, and he joins me now. Hi Martin.
Hi Simon.
Now first of all, anything really stand out for you in this Play for Life report?
Yeah, I think that the stats that you just mentioned, the 10% of boys and 9% of girls starting primary school obese, but then when you look at year 6s, the 11-year-olds, that almost doubles in most regions. There are obvious health issues and problems around that, but also when you look at the cost implications, they're massive. England spent 6.1 billion on overweight and obesity related illnesses last year. So as well as a health issue, there's a big financial problem as well.
But right now on the Errol Wash Sound Breakfast Show, we're talking about a new report out looking at tackling the nation's obesity crisis. Are there any particular places they can go and look for that?
Yeah, there's a lovely site. The Microscooters guys have put together a website called Play for Life, which is an online resource for adults who care for preschool children in particular. And on there they'll get advice about how to make the most of that 180 minutes that the government are talking about, different ideas and activities that they can do. I think as well it's around, if you don't have 180 minutes, what can you do to make best use of that time? And for those parents that are interested, it also simplifies the science.
And what are your recommendations? Obviously walking to school is a great one, isn't it?
It is, but I think the latest thing that people are talking about is what we call deliberate play. And the theory is that when play becomes meaningful and deliberate, it's a precursor to engaging a child in an activity. So, for example, instead of saying go out and play in the back garden for half an hour, you might say go out and find as many animals as you can, follow them around, see what they do, and try and find where they live. So they're still doing the same amount of activity, but there's an engagement there as well. There's a reason for doing it.
96.5 Bolton FM, the voice of the Bolton family. What's the long-term issues that children will have if they continue to gain weight or don't lose that weight as they grow?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of research been done on that, and the physical, psychological and behavioural issues start to increase. Their academic achievement reduces. Certainly those people with good levels of coordination and good levels of activity are comparatively much better physically, psychologically, behaviourally, and their academic scores are better as well.
Well, it's certainly interesting, and it's something that's very important in our way of life. Martin Haynes, thanks very much for joining us. You're listening to RNIB Connect Radio.